Hi, I'm Christoph, and this is my ride-on lawnmower. So as you can see, I've got a little bit of a problem. Over the past few months, every time I used it, a piece of this came off from the hood, and it came to a point where I really embarrassed to mow my lawn. And in this video, I'm going to show you the Pimp my lawnmower. I'm going to drive this thing into my garage and take this apart, the parts that needs to be fixed. I really love this lawnmower, but plastic is not always the best material when building tractors and lawnmowers. And because this lawnmower stood in the sun during its lifetime, it's about 20 years old now, this plastic really became so brittle that it can just break with the slightest bump. So I'm going to replace this whole front end with new material. And the material I'm going to use is a recycled plastic material made out of LDPE, low density polyethylene, and I'm sure it's going to outlast the mechanical parts of this lawnmower. So to start, I'm going to remove this, completely remove this hood, take it into my studio, and we'll work from there. Here we have the hood on my table, and this is the pieces I kept and collected, hoping that someday I will be able to mend everything. But when this big chunk broke out of here, I just thought, no, this is not going to work. However, I do want to reassemble some of these parts just to keep this thing, because it's very, very fragile, to keep it intact while I copy the measurements for the new hood. If you want to fix something with super glue and you want to reinforce it or have it more quicker, the process, then you add a little bit of super glue on the joint, and then you pour bicarb on top of the super glue. and then a few drops of super glue on top of the bicarb. And instantly you have a very strong reinforcement joint. I'll do it there also. I hope this helps you when you fix things made out of plastic. It's just a very, very handy thing. I use it daily. I think this is good enough. I was only left with 4 pieces that I couldn't figure out. There's a lot of pieces missing, but I have enough pieces here to see exactly what the shape was like. And although this corner is still missing and there's a few pieces missing here, it's mostly complete and intact and strong enough to handle. So the next step would be for me to take cardboard, and I'm going to make a template of all the shapes so that I can copy that into the new material. I have a cardboard box here, and I'm going to start by disassembling the box. So I have sheets, and then I'm going to cover this whole shape and copy it with the cardboard. Okay, I've traced both parts. So this is the inside, and this is the half of the top of the hood. So I'm just gonna cut it out completely, and then in the next clip I'll show you how to copy this to the plastic. And here we have the templates. This is for the inside part that fits over the engine. It's very important, the cooling of the engine. It's got a fan that sucks in cool air from the top, and this basically separates the cool air from the hot air. The engine at the bottom blows out the hot air, and the hot air mustn't come up and be circled into the engine, otherwise the engine will overheat. So that's very important, this hole and the position of that. And then this is half of the hood. So if you can imagine, that is one half, and then because of the complexity of the shape, I decided to rather cut the other half out of cardboard also before I do the final cut in the plastic. So I'm just going to join these two parts. I've made a line where the center is, and I've left a piece to overlap that one, so that if I glue them together, they are the complete part. So just do this. And now that that is done, I want to go back to the lawnmower and fit the cardboard and see how everything fits together. Here are the pieces. The first piece, I added this return just to imitate the sponge that's on the original part, and then this will go over the motor like this. And then this is the hood, the hinge in the front. This goes over like so, and it rests on there, on that part. So now just to see if this bends. That. I removed the cardboard from the lawnmower, and I've got it here on top of the sheet of recycled plastic. This plastic is about 8mm thick, and it's very durable and strong and UV resistant and all of that. It's more flexible, it won't crack. So I'm going to start. I've marked the center line. I'm going to start from here, and I've made some adjustments on the template with masking tape. So I'm just following the outside shape. Now, instead of tracing this side, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a few reference points. And I'm going to flip the whole thing over and rather use that side to trace this side also. That way I'm actually sure that it's a perfect mirror image of my shape. So I've marked the center line. I've got two marks here. And if I flip this over like this, and I realign it according to my two centers, and double checking with my reference points, then I'm completely sure. And I'm also checking this side. I'm comparing it to my already traced lines. And once I'm completely happy with it, I'm going to trace this side also. And then also what is important is my folds, my places where I bend it. But that I'm going to mark on the other side, because that's the side I'm going to bend it towards. Now for this shape, I'm not going to flip it over, I'm just going to trace it as it is. Okay, so there you are. These needs to be cut out with a jigsaw now. So I'm going to cut out these shapes now, rough cut with the jigsaw. Now that the parts are cut out, I'm going to set up my heater to heat it up and to shape the plastic. I've heated the other side also and bent it, and I've clamped it like this, and I'm going to leave this in this position to cool down. Once it's cooled, it should be keeping its shape. And I'm also heating up the inner part to bend this 2 returns upwards. I bent the one side already, and just to heat this final side up and bend it, then we are finished and can go to the next step, which is the assembly. We've come to the end of part 1. You saw how I made these plastic parts from scratch, and the next video, part 2, will be assembly and making the hinge and reinstalling it on the lawnmower. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to subscribe and activate that bell so that you are updated when I release a new video.